Good afternoon, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, bringing another subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the subject of making people demonstrate their love in relationships. There are whole songs about it, historical stories, literature, movies, works of entertainment. It's a popular subject. Turns out it's extremely popular, especially among women, and viewed as a form of empowerment, of independence, keeping emotional control and control of the dialogue between the couple or whoever. And, I'll call at least one example, and that is the popular song by Madonna in the 80s that has the lyrics, "You've got to make him express how he feels, and maybe then you'll know your love is real." If you've heard the song, it's a good song. It's got a catchy tune. I want to comment on this if I could. So when you force people to do things in the name of love, it's not about love anymore. When you try to ask for a gift, it's a business transaction at that point. It's not an act of generosity on their part. And there's actually a real good reason for this. It's a bigger idea even, and that is ownership of choices. It's a kind of a huge thing, actually. When you make a choice, you own not just the decision itself, but the outcome, the actual circumstances that come out of it, especially when it's a difficult or risky choice, such as you see a lot in new relationships, any relationship really. When you make someone do something to demonstrate their love for you, when you expect them to, say kiss you or say that they love you or that, just whatever, if you're trying to force them to say anything that they don't want to necessarily say themselves, it becomes your choice, not theirs. And this is the problem. You own what they say, and they're saying it for the wrong reasons at that point. It cheapens it at best, and it becomes a lie at worst. So the best you can hope for, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of good news here. The best you can hope for is that by being your own best self and exemplifying what good behavior looks like, you can inspire the other person to behave their best. But that's up to them. It has to be up to them. Communication is vital, don't get me wrong. Communication, telling people what your boundaries are, what is a deal breaker, what, when you're uncomfortable with something beyond a point, maybe it shouldn't be petty or, every minute, but if it's something big, by all means, communicate it. But that's different. I'm talking about making another person do something, not just enforcing your own boundaries and defending your person. That's different. I just actually made a video a few minutes ago about the difference between offense and defense, not with emphasis on romance or love, but it's the same idea. It really is. Boundaries can be defended. You can justify that. Every time you can justify it, if it's legitimate. It's a whole different thing to trespass, to subvert another person's decision, to subvert their behavior, to force them or even coerce them, to compel them and influence them, to persuade them. All these words, they should sound kind of like a sales pitch, because they are. You're opening their emotional wallet. You're dipping your hand into their coin purse there, that is their heart, and you're taking something that they didn't offer you when you force them to express themselves, as the song says. So anyway, I do feel strongly about this. I think that these things matter. I think if people understood them better, they'd get along and stay together longer, if that's important. It's about, emotional intelligence, but also about being respectful, knowing where your own boundaries are and respecting the other person's boundaries, letting them grow into a person who can own as much as they possibly can, hopefully, wanting them to grow into that person. That's what love is wanting them to grow and be independent and happy and healthy, right? Or else probably isn't love, something else. I hope everybody has a great night, and reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.